truly amazed. This is something that no one could teach a person to do. This is truly a gift.
He's the coolest person in the world. Yeah, he's awesome.
Wow. Yeah, that was my first reaction.
It's hard to believe that somebody can do that with his fingers. I'm just blown away. I want to hear the entire story, how it all began.
Willard Wigan had difficulty in school as a young child. He would often play hooky to avoid the painful humiliation from his teacher and peers. His teacher told him that he would amount to nothing and used him as an example of failure. Willard is dyslexic and has problems reading and writing. One day he left school and sneaked back to the shed, his hiding place outside his home in Birmingham, England. He was caught by his mother. Willard noticed a line of ants crawling on the floor and wondered where they were going. His mother told him that they needed a place to live.
So when she told me that, in my head I assumed that these ants needed somewhere to live. So I started making them small houses. And it was just from there, my whole world just was transformed into this microscopic world.
His sculptures are created in the eye of a needle or on a pinhead and can only be viewed through a powerful microscope.
So it's like an athlete. I just keep going, and to me, I think my work's too big, even though people are blown away by it.
He creates his own tools and uses a hair plucked from the back of a fly as his paintbrush. The process takes a great deal of concentration, and Willard has to work late at night and in between heartbeats while holding his breath. He refers to it as a dead man working.
So what I do, I can feel the pulse in my finger, because your art pumps blood around your body, and there's a pulse in your finger, and the pulse vibrates. So each time it stops, that's when I move. It's almost like putting yourself in almost a meditative state. It's an intensive concentration.
Willard recently completed the Three Kings exhibit featuring LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
You know, every single piece I do is a challenge, and I wanted to complement them in the smallest, biggest way on the planet, because I wanted to show people just how big small really is.
It takes an average of 3 to 4 weeks to complete a project. On some special projects, it can take several months.
And it's all about dexterity, patience, skill. It's like trying to put a pin through a bubble without bursting the bubble, you know.
When you look at some of these sculptures and the definition, the Cupid, oh my God, it just blows your mind. It's stunning.
But the Cupid is seriously small. When people look on the card that it's on, they won't see nothing until they look through the microscope. He even has a little bow and arrow, he has wings, he has eyes, nose, and he's got a little cute face, and he's ready to shoot that arrow through someone's heart, you know.
What's next for the man whose work is considered by some to be the 8th wonder of the world?
I'm just going to go smaller. It's just like a challenge, it's a journey. You know, it's like every time I make a sculpture, it's like I listen to my mother. Even though my mother's passed away, her words are still in my head. The smaller my work, the bigger my name. The smaller my work, the bigger my name.
Willard works with Odyssey of the Mind, an international educational program that provides creative problem-solving opportunities for students from kindergarten through college.
Yeah, there's a charity called Odyssey of the Mind, and I'm so privileged to be a part of that organization, which puts money into helping kids.
Alonzo Mourning, former Miami Heat player, supports Willard's work and his dedication to help those suffering from learning disabilities.
You know, so he's a tremendous inspiration to me, and if more kids were able to see the work and how it all evolved, I mean, it would move them to want to accomplish things that people have denied them of. So
6'11" of him, or 7 foot, coming to see the smallest sculptures on the planet. It's great. It's a great feeling, you know.
Willard's hard work has paid off. Elton John, Prince Charles of Wales, Siegfried and Roy are just a few of Willard's biggest admirers and the owners of some of his creations. The pieces range from $40,000 up to $150,000. He sold a 70-piece collection for $20 million to David Lloyd, famous British tennis player. He received a letter from the Queen of England honoring him with an MBE, Member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. It is one of the highest awards given in England.
That was probably one of the greatest moments of my life, because to receive an MBE, it doesn't just come easy, you know. Going to the palace and you know, seeing the red carpet, Prince Charles and the whole thing. I'm happy, but my work is like an atom, small but a big explosion.
He has showed us just how big nothing really is.
There's a saying in boxing, the punch you don't see is the one that knocks you out. And when people see this, it's going to knock them out. It's going to be a little punch, but it's going to knock them out.
For more information about microsculptor Willard Wigan, log on to wiganart.com.